Hello. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to create YouTube TV ads, and then we'll talk later as to, the strategy surrounding it and how to lay it out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to jump right into it. We're going to go and create a new campaign. When we go in here, normally we don't select anything specific whenever we're creating campaigns. However, in this scenario, we're going to select the awareness and consideration. So normally we just select like create a campaign without goal guidance, but we're going to select the awareness and consideration because we have to get this setting to appear. And this is as of February 28th, 2024 when recording this video is. So selecting this and then going over to the video portion after that, scroll down here, see that we're going for video reach. And then I scroll down further and we're going to leave it on efficient reach. So I'm going to hit continue. And then I'm just going to name this campaign YouTube TV. We'll just do that for now. Adding in multi-ad formats, you can do that. Totally up to you. I personally like leaving it off for these types of instances just because we want to get the overall videos themselves showing and not really go to anything else. And then I'll kind of go into this other portion in here, which is what we're on, which is target CPM. So we're not going for views. We're just going for trying to get servability to as many people as possible. Now in here, like I said, we'll swap this to daily for now. If you want to organize your budget on a controlled set amount, let's say you're running a promotion, then maybe you want to do that, campaign total spend for whatever date range you lay out. But we like to do daily just because it allows for that, extended period of time. Okay, cool. So then in here, we'll notice that on the YouTube and Google section on the networks, it says YouTube, Google TV, and Google Partners. When I take off Google Partners, the reason for that is because display, for lack of a better word, is just junk traffic for the most part. That's why mainly people use it for remarketing, not necessarily outbound. So we want to make sure that we're showing to the right users, and because we're not tracking conversions and we're just going off of impressions and overall just average CPV, and then we'll track the back end numbers and see what the lift is from there. So anyways, looking at this, we see that we have YouTube and Google TV. Now keep in mind that we're going to organize this to where it's only showing on TV as well. And then I'll talk more about this section in a second here because this is really important. So anyways, we're showing on YouTube and Google TV. So as we go further, let's just say United States, got that. And then we'll just do English. Okay. And then we can add product feeds, totally up to you. This is, one of those things to where it's kind of you're building awareness. You're not really building an action-based campaign. So just keep that in mind. That's why I didn't select the other video formats previously, but yeah, I just wanted to leave that up to you guys where you can add a GMC feed if you want, but like I said, just keep in mind of what the goals are. So anyways, I'm gonna go further down, ignore the related videos, look through the additional settings. And in here, which is a very important point again, on the devices, we're going to set specific targeting for a device. And we're going to only show on TV screens. So there's a couple things going on with this, right? So like I said earlier, we're gonna show on YouTube as well as the Google TV network. However, YouTube is gonna be on TV, and then obviously the Google TV network is gonna be on TV. So this is still going to go into YouTube, but the splits from what we've seen is about a 70-30 split. So 70% of it is on YouTube TV, 30% of it is on, just the Google TV itself. So keep that in mind when you're running this, that we can't set it up currently to where it's only going on YouTube TV. So we're trying to do the best we can to, put it on TV screens because our messaging is going to be prepared for that. And I'll go over that in just a moment here. So as we go further down, frequency capping, like I said, totally up to you as to where you want to go about that. Ad schedule, same exact story. It's going to depend on your business. You can get very specific on the ad schedule if you know the majority of, time that people are, whether they have to be home and it's an older audience, younger audience, make that decision basically, based off of your best information. But since we're not using conversion-based bidding, it is, I would say, a good choice to add an ad schedule in there just to make sure you're serving, the right audience at the right time. Frequency capping. So we can, there's a couple different philosophies on this. So there's kind of like the balance between going after unique users versus getting your message across in a more concise way. I would say capping this, depending on your business, to about 4 to 5 times a week. Would be sort of like an average. Now, if you are a higher ticket product, people need to get warmed up more, then maybe increasing that frequency to 2 times a day or even further. So that's going to be a test that you're going to have to implement, and there's not really a perfect answer for that. So that's gonna be something that you're gonna have to see. I'm gonna leave it off for now just to see if we can track overall unique visitors, because like I said, TVs are a lot easier for us to track from just a Wi-Fi swapping perspective in Google's eyes. That's kind of a tinfoil hat theory, but that's the idea behind it. So I'm gonna jump into here and then we'll do YouTube TV as well. Got that. And then, like I said, inside of demographics, this is totally up to you guys. I would say the main ones that we've been testing that we've seen the best results for has been DSKs, so keyword focused on purchase intent, and then affinities as well. And the reasons why we have DSKs, because they're large enough, it's an audience that shifts and grows, and you can get more niche. Whereas affinities are exactly what, Google has data on that user and it fits them right in that category, and it knows that user more so than if it was an in-market audience or a combination of, for example, a demographic per se. So just want to put that out there as well too, some tips there. Now, when I go into the video creation, part of this is going to be blurred out in the video, but I'm still going to copy paste this for you guys. So when we're looking at this video, and I'm actually going to zoom in here with that. So one thing you'll notice is we're doing something a little bit different. And this is actually, I believe this was added onto the guidelines inside of Google for Google TV as well, which is kind of funny because we thought about this, like, I want to say, I think John talked about this maybe like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, right when Google TV came out, at least on the servability side of it for Google Ads. And we actually created a QR code, and Google's saying do the same thing as well on your ad itself. So what I mean by that is, when people are watching TV, you don't necessarily have the ability to click on the ad. You can, but it's more so people most likely are just going to skip the ad or they're going to let it pass by. So that all just kind of depends on, the type of ad that you're running and then the obvious user that you're, targeting. But with a QR code, make sure it's in the top right-hand side of the video. The reason for that is because then it doesn't get cluttered by any of the other interfaces. And it's easier for people to scan, so they can just pull their phone up, look at it, scan the QR code, and then you're good to go. The strategy behind this is when someone scans the QR code, it takes them to a unique page that's only on, it's only available to get to from the QR code. So we can create multiple ones of these through Bitly, and this will allow us to track overall clicks on different ads in order to find the best results. So if we have an ad that, we say, well, we don't know which ad's performing the best, we can look on the back end and say, okay, this landing page is associated with this ad's getting the most scans, so maybe we push this ad more and see if people are taking action on there. Now, if they're not taking action, which is what we generally see, meaning it's about maybe 5% of the actual audience is scanning it, maybe less even, because we don't know the exact, click ratio. But we'll see a lift in our overall organic traffic. So you see a lot more direct and organic come in. And typically, like I said, if we see direct, our goal from that is we might be leaning more towards a warmed up audience, because direct holds the information from their actual previous searches of a user. So if a user went to your website before and then they say, oh, I saw your ad on TV, and then they type in and then they go direct as well, then there's a possibility that this could be bringing in a lot of repeat traffic too. So that's kind of an early signal that you can see. Now, that's not to say that's what's happening, because if someone goes from organic and then comes back later through direct, that's also a possibility. So one thing that I like to do right off the bat is right when the ads launch, I am watching the organic traffic like crazy, because I want to see if there's a lift either in direct or organic, so I can get kind of a feel as to where the algorithm's at, and then I can benchmark where that lift actually occurred, and if that's another medium or if that's the actual TV ads. But one thing that we'll notice is that based on when we've tested this in other accounts, that the overall CPCs on Google TV, so not YouTube, but Google itself, Google TV, are extremely low, because it's a very low competition market right now, because it's very new. It's kind of weird to get to, as you guys saw, and so this just makes it a little bit more hoops to kind of jump through in order to allow it to work. So the audience is really small in terms of the usage. So it's been really good for that in terms of CPC or CPVs and CPMs. And then in terms of the other side of it, so typically what we do whenever we run a YouTube campaign is we exclude Google AdSense without youtube.com. And so there's like a little exclusion topic there, and that will get rid of all the apps and everything. But if you do that for this, just know that that's going to exclude Google TV from the list. So generally speaking, people aren't playing apps on TV as much. And like I said, it's typically an older audience. And what I mean by older, I mean like it's not kids on the tablet that are, playing apps and then you're getting junk clicks. So we're pretty confident that the traffic on here is a lot better. So we're okay with not using that command, but there's obviously a bunch of other commands that you can use on lists that will exclude certain apps. So you can still use that. That's totally fine. You just can't use the Google AdSense without youtube.com for it to work. But yeah, so that's kind of the general strategy on here. I would say if we can have videos anywhere above like 30 seconds, we're in a pretty happy place. So I'd recommend the same for you guys. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. And if you guys found any insights on this as well, happy to hear from you guys. But anyways, thanks, and I'll see you guys later.
We just got access to Google TV that just went live in Google Ads. And so the way that we're going to run this, because you can only use target CPM, is by two ways. One is going to be a text to a number to receive like 35% off your first auto ship or something like that, or 20% off, whatever